Hello guys, in today's video we are going to be looking at a game I played recently against Syndra. Now this is a really Ekko favored matchup because you can just trade whenever you have your abilities up. So because of that you want to take Hail of Blades, Star E, and just perma trade. If Syndra walks up for CS, you can chunk her really hard, and if she runs the scaling setup, which the Syndra is here, it will be very difficult for her to lane into you. Each league game is different, but what you have to understand about this game in particular is my jungler is Master Yi, a farming jungler, whereas enemy jungler is Zac, who wants to gank. Both bot lanes are very passive and have good disengage tools, and my top laner is Malphite, meaning that there is unlikely to be any roam opportunities before level 6. Because of this, the most consistent way for me to win this game is to play for my own lane and then neutral objectives like Void Grubs, Herald, and Dragon. But, because it is solo queue, you should still always check the map to see if there are things to do when the opportunity arises. I highly recommend you do this ward at level 1, because you can see where the enemy jungler is pathing, so you can avoid getting ganked. When your opponent goes for CS is the best time to trade. So here, because the minions are getting low, I walk up and get a really good trade. You will always win the trade even if you get hit back by some damage, because your passive in E simply does more damage level 1. And again, just anytime she walks up, you just hard trade. And the enemy Syndra is already forced to use a potion at level 1. Using E like this is a really big mistake in the Syndra matchup, because even if I was able to dodge her E, it gives her a 9-second window to punish me when I can't engage. While you are waiting for your cooldowns, hit the wave as much as possible. You want to make it hard for her to crash the wave, so you have more opportunities to trade. Just like this, she is already panicking, thinking I will flash behind her. And now, all I need to do is just be patient, don't use my flash unnecessarily, and I will get the kill. The wave is pushing to me, which means she has to walk up for CS, so you want to keep it this way. Don't start pushing the wave when you are in a position like this. See, now her E is on cooldown, so when my E comes back up in 5 seconds, I can look for an E flash and get a free kill that way. So just like this, very simple solo kill. And guys, this is Masters Elo, so I'm sure if you're playing in Emerald, Gold, Plat, whatever, players will be making even bigger mistakes than this. But now that we've got our kill, we just want to recall, buy our items, and TP back to lane, so we can continue applying pressure. However, because Syndra got to lane quicker after dying, she has tempo right now, which means she can roam, while I am forced to clear this wave under tower. Because I look bot lane, I see the enemy team use all their tools to commit to the fight. This means that if I join the fight, I am almost guaranteed to get something out of it, because they have no tools to disengage. The reason I give my ADC the kill here is because my lane is already won. So by giving the gold to my Ezreal, it increases their chances of winning bot lane. Because I'm full HP and mana, and I don't have much gold to spend, there is no reason to recall. Instead, it's better to go back to mid lane, push another wave, and look to make a play somewhere else on the map. And now we are the ones with the tempo advantage, because she has to clear this wave under tower. Enemy top laner is low HP, my jungler is also top lane, which means there's a very good chance this kill will work out. And now I can come back mid and I lose 0 CS, because I roamed after pushing the wave. Now we have a lot of money, so all we need to do is just push mid and recall. In hindsight, I should have just recalled here, but during the game I did not expect Master Yi to win the 1v1 so hard. Here I actually made a mistake. I should have stayed in lane, because the next wave is a normal wave, meaning that Syndra will push it in time before I get back mid, and because of this she will get priority, which means she can roam. But when you do end up in a situation like this, make sure you communicate it to your teammates. And I don't mean by putting a single missing ping on your lane, I mean by typing it in chat, or spam pinging danger on your ADC's face. Thankfully my bot lane actually respected my pings, so Syndra doesn't get anything, and because of this, she wastes her time bot lane and loses an entire wave. When your opponent roams like this, you want to push the wave as fast as possible. This way, you can get tower plates if they don't return in time, and deny them CS while they are gone. Now we could have gone for plates here, but in the heat of the moment, I thought that it would have been better to run bot lane. However, enemy bot lane simply has too many disengage tools, making it very hard for me to get in range. Syndra was forced to recall, so to deny her as much as possible, we go back mid and shove another wave to collect a plate. Zag comes to collect the wave, but this is really beneficial for my team because now they know they can play aggressive and not have to worry about getting ganked. Now at this point in the game, there is zero reason to freeze anymore. Yes, we could deny Syndra a few CS here and there, but it is ultimately more productive to push every wave and just roam. And if Syndra ever decides to contest, we can just fight her. Because she walked up and got chunked for no reason, the next play is obvious. We can just dive her. We have her ult and W, so even if we don't kill her, she will be forced to base, and it is a good outcome overall. For some reason she just walks into the stun, Masters player by the way, so we pick up a free kill, and now we just recall after pushing the wave. This game I decided to go Protobelt because the enemy team is fairly long range. Syndra has more range, Ashe has more range, and Renata has more range, which means that without Protobelt, it's hard to gap close. However, you do end up lacking damage, so I think in the games where you can get away with it going Lich Bane first, you should definitely do that. I think it's a much stronger first item because it just simply gives you more damage. Here, Syndra takes another really bad trade, setting up for another dive. If she didn't contest me on these waves and stopped taking bad trades, then I would simply push and look for plays elsewhere on the map. However, because she does take these bad trades, it is much more consistent to stay in lane and just dive her repeatedly. Here I made a pretty big mistake by staying mid lane for plates. I should have been paying more attention to the map, because then I would have seen the enemy jungler and top laner trying to contest the void grubs. And if I was there earlier, I could have stopped my Yi from dying and maybe picked up a kill. Nothing really happened for the next few minutes, which is completely fine. We are already ahead and we scale pretty well, so there was no need to force plays when there isn't any play to be made. However, now Syndra wastes her stun, so we can look to dive. After killing Syndra, my Yi wants to do Drake. However, I did not like this call, so I didn't follow it. The reason being is I don't have ult and neither does Yi, so we are already at a disadvantage. And the enemy bot lane has complete prio, so if we fight this and lose, it could be a big gold swing for them. Syndra still hasn't learned her lesson and takes yet another bad trade, so once again we are in a position to dive. Unfortunately this time, the enemy jungler actually prevents the dive. However, we are wasting his time and giving our teammates more room to do things on the map. With laning phase over, there is no reason to keep going mid here, so instead we look to go to one of the side lanes, in this case bot lane, and our game plan remains the same. because we are so far ahead, we can just keep diving the Syndra if she tries to defend the tower. I genuinely have no idea what she was doing here walking up without vision, but that's a free kill, and it's a very good kill because we can get the bot tower off of it and use Herald to get tier 2. I knew the enemy team would try to collapse on us here, but I was pretty confident in taking the fight with all my stuff available. However, the one thing I did not account for was having my mechanics reduced to that of a silver player. Thankfully, Soraka comes to bail us out of the situation, and we manage to clean up the fight. Malphite gets collapsed on top lane, so I decide to TP. However, this was a really bad decision. None of my teammates are nearby, and Malphite has no R and was probably going to die regardless. So by TPing here, I risk losing my shutdown and Magi stacks, when I could have just gone bot lane and helped my Yi get dragon and push bot wave, which is a much more consistent play to make. Now here I do the super secret Dopa solo queue technique of, wait for it, running it down. Fortunately, we are too far ahead in this game for my int to matter. All that is left to do is to take Baron and end the game. However, it is solo queue, so you don't want to flip it. Instead, go push outside waves, clear vision around Baron, look for a pick, and if you're able to get a pick, then go for Baron. And because it is solo queue, some dumbass will go and face check a bush for no reason, giving you a free ticket for Baron. My Master Yi ends up doing, well, Master Yi things on top lane. So now our Baron is even more secure because they don't have a jungler that can steal. And because of that, my team does not need me for Baron, so I am free to go push out top wave and get the top tower for myself. And this is the same for any objective. If it is already secured, don't bother helping your team with it, go and get resources for yourself. Now the easiest way to end the game is to just group. We have Malphite and Soraka, so it is virtually impossible to lose a single team fight. But it doesn't matter because the enemy team overextends mid lane anyway. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you were able to learn something, and good luck in your ranked games.